I welcome you guys back into my video over here. I understand that when I go and really perform every single day, I go and do my best I can every single day to bring some knowledge and some courage from the streets or from wherever I am in life so that I can come up online and so that I can give you my nice, beautiful life story. I understand that every single time I give you my life story, I'm coming from my I. I'm coming from a nice, beautiful place inside my nice, beautiful letter I for an idea, or I love you. I understand either way. I understand that when I go and really dwell upon giving you knowledge, I make sure I give you all the ideas of the day, because I understand that what's inspirational is making sure that you are leveling up this year much better than yesterday. So even though it's 2021 and even though it may be 2022 or whatever year it is, I understand you must be better than yesterday. You must be better this year than next year. So how do you become better? You give more knowledge. I promise you now, I want to give more knowledge this year than ever before. I want to do more knowledge this year than ever before. So how do I do knowledge? I understand when I do knowledge, I go and give you that knowledge. So I want to be giving more this year than ever before. I want to skyrocket this year. I want to understand that this year, people are going to notice me even more than this year. I promise you, I want people to notice me more this year than any other year before, because I understand that next year is an even better year for me, and what's happening in 10 years time is even better, because I understand I'll be growing regardless. So I understand that growth is a slow journey. So when you're growing, be doing some life coaching videos along the way, and be teaching people something about your life, and be so passionate about your life that you can go on the street performance and do it. If you are unable today to go on a street performance and to do a busking performance, which is a street performance, and get yourself a street performance license and busking license, and if you are unable to do that, then understand that you have no passion. You have nothing that's really driving you toward helping people as much as I, because whatever your passion is, you have to be able to do it on a microphone. Do you agree? It can be acting, it can be singing, it can be comedy, it can be coaching somebody for something. No matter what, you can coach people on the microphone about what you do. You can talk about your story on the microphone. So if you're not confident to give your story on a microphone, I realize it's because you're never going to be famous, and it means that you're never going to succeed, and it means that you understand that you have no confidence to get there. So I understand either way that you realize this now, that information is a commodity. So when you have confidence, you understand that you must keep reading in life, otherwise it's suicide. I understand that when you keep reading my information, I will fill you up with that knowledge that you need every single day, so you don't commit suicide, and so that you get yourself on the street, and so you start promoting yourself one way or another. I hear you say, oh, but how about online? I'll just stay online. How about in front of people? How about go in front of people for free instead of having to go and do paid advertising? Either way, you have to understand that Mark Zuckerberg and all these people who are, let's say, posting these ads online in terms of paid advertising are wasting their time. You have to understand they're wasting their time, and you have to understand that most of the world doesn't have the plastic money to be able to do that. You understand? And now, you must understand that busking performances is a $14 program. We understand that in your local city today, you can give $14 and go on the street for 3 months promoting yourself. And now accommodation is something extra, and understand you have to really provide it for yourself, so you understand that no matter what, that you have financing behind you, but understand you have to have the skills required of you to understand that how you are going to become a better individual is gain the skills so that you can have more time management, and so that you can release up more time, and so you understand that time is more valuable than plastic money. You understand? Realize this, that health is much more valuable than time, because health will give you more time. But understand, if you're losing health today, you're also losing time and plastic money. But if you're gaining health today, you're gaining plastic money and also time. I understand that health is very much more something that you must be taking forward in. You must be understanding that every single day you go and produce content on the street or something like that. You can also understand that no matter what, then when you do so, you can also finish the nice beautiful video that has to be 1 hour. You can finish it at 48 minutes or something like that, but make it a 1 hour series. And anything that's a 1 hour series, for example, that I do, is anything that's over 30 minutes is a 1 hour series. Anything that's below 30 minutes is a 1 minute series. I label like that because I understand some videos of mine are 55 minutes. Do you understand? So either way, I go and put anything that's 30 minutes and more as a 1 hour series, because it falls into that category. You understand? So either way, what's important is understand that you find the benchmark of what you need to do every single day, but go and post as many videos as you can online of yourself and go and have fun with it. But understand that what's amazing is helping people today. I understand I just went to a nice beautiful busking performance just recently, and I understand that this time I'm testing my audio equipment and everything, and I understand it's much better than yesterday. I understand it's much more oomph in it. I understand I have a better speaker, I have better amplifiers, I have better ways of dealing with life now. I understand 3 weeks ago, I mean, there's a massive difference between now and 3 weeks ago. I promise you there's a massive difference because now I'm growing 3 times more than before. Because I understand either way, I'm much better now than ever before. So I'm always growing as much as I can. And the way I grow is for information. So when I give you information, I go and study upon my life, and I make sure every single day I look at the time. So my nice beautiful Apple Watch buzzes me every single hour. So I understand it's 6 p.m. now. I understand either way that when I go and really do something to improve my life every single day, I'll go and give you as much knowledge as I can. And sometimes I'm doing 3 hours today. I understand either way I'm doing 3 hours. So congratulations, Danny. I understand either way that what's important is I went and done a nice beautiful 1 hour segment here just earlier, and then I went and done a 48-minute program at my nice beautiful Pitt Street in Sydney because there's a lot of people, and I understand I pick up some new experiences there. But then I understand I came here to do an extra 15 minutes, but then I say, it's not worth it for me to connect 15 minutes together with a busking performance, but to make that busking performance just a busking performance video inside of my YouTube channel, and then otherwise I just go and make a 1 hour 15 program here, for example, and then I'll complete 3 hours like that. So what's important is understand that when I go and dwell something of nature and I go and do what I say, I understand I'm much more likely to help you in all areas of life. So understand that those people who help you more than anybody else is yourself and those people who give you ideas. So when I'm giving you ideas, I'm much more valuable to your life and your family because I give you a profession that you can also grab, and you can also start doing what I do in a different way, and you can also pick up my habits along the way, and you can become somebody professional in your life. Because what's important is communicational skills, and most people don't want to be public speakers because they don't want to be leaders. Gosh, I want to be a public speaker all my life because I understand that public speaking is something that makes money. I understand that public speaking makes growth. I understand public speaking gets you around the world. So you have to be able to communicate one way or another, but understand I have to increase my confidence in front of people. And that's why I understand I do 110 hours and more in front of people on the street, because I understand that's how I really boost my confidence. So you don't have to make these monthly programs and be at a hotel or you don't have to be at a hotel or RSL club or pub or some local restaurant to do public speaking every single month. You do it every single day on the street in front of people, and you understand why you're boosting your confidence so much faster than those mentors I have, for example, who are doing it every single month, and they're doing an online program every single month. I mean, understand I'm doing a busking performance and I'm doing 1 hour in front of people every single day, and then I choose extra sometimes to do 2 hours or 3 hours, but I understand either way that I choose my decisions to understand that when I choose another hour, I make sure that I do the first hour first. And then understand that if I feel I have the energy to do another hour, I can do it. I mean, either way, if I have the energy to do it again, I do it. But I make sure to recognize the time and space that I'm doing my nice beautiful videos, and I go around town, I go around making sure that I walk around Sydney, because I don't want to be in my accommodation 23 hours of the day when there's no need to be in that kind of position for now. I understand that later on, I understand that there may be a need for me to be 23 hours inside accommodation because of my age gap and all that. I realize when you're 100 years of age, I realize now you cannot be walking around all the time at 100 years of age, because either way, I don't know that, but I understand I can do everything. I understand, although I see many 100 years of age people, and you have to understand either way that they're just walking very slowly. I understand how that life is. I understand that they may be tired. So either way, I'm prepared for my eye to understand that no matter what, I'm always preparing to stay 23 hours indoors and do my work and do this. So either way, or else there's no excuse for me not being able to do my work at 100 years of age and 120 years of age. I turn on my nice beautiful video and I upload it, and I do everything I do now at 100 years of age. But I do it much better than yesterday. I understand 72 years of growth is a lot, it's a long time, and it's a long fulfillment of my life. So understand that what fulfills me the most is growth, and being in front of people and growing and being compassionate, but also increasing my fame along the way. Because if you're not worthy of fame, I realize it's because you're not worthy of yourself. You must understand, you must be confident in yourself to have fame, because look at Jesus. I mean, Jesus deserves fame, you deserve fame. I realize everybody deserves fame, but it's not about fame. I realize it's really about growth first, and then you get the fame. I realize now Jesus is only famous because of the growth he does, and not because of the fame. I mean, do you understand? Or else it's because he grows people first. I mean, he gives a service, and does Jesus ask for money in return? I promise you, no. I promise you, everything that Jesus does is just give and give and give, and people don't even match Jesus in the giving back. I mean, you understand? So realize, Jesus feels a lot of rejection over here. So understand either way, that because they're not giving Jesus as much value as Jesus is giving them, I understand Jesus understands that they are just people who are going to reject giving them back something. Do you understand? So realize either way that you don't expect people to return anything to you, and you don't expect a phone call from other people, and you don't expect anything from other people. You just expect it from yourself to go and give them a call and to say something inspirational and to lift people up only. Just do that every single day, and don't expect them to call you for New Year's. And you go to them, and if you really love them, you'll go and see them. I promise you, if you do love them, you have to understand that if something, let's say, comes up and you have to do yourself instead of them, I promise you, just do yourself then. I promise you, what's amazing is make sure that you can unlock your ability to be able to be with your family. And now you have to understand either way, you don't have to be with your family, but you have to understand that you have to create your legacy. So what's a better position to understand that if you want to be with your family, be rich first and then be with your family. I promise you now, if you're just with your family while you have no plastic money on you and you have no fame, otherwise it's not worthy of being around your family then. Because when you're around your family, when you have no plastic money, otherwise then your family is going to be giving you plastic money. Do you understand? So go away from your family for a bit of time, in terms of 10 years or something, and go and create your legacy and create your fame. And then when you make millions of dollars in terms of plastic money, then go and give them a call and understand, hey, I want to come see you. I'll fly past the quarantine and whatever, I'll come and see you right now because I have the plastic money to do so. You understand? So either way, you can do that, and then you can choose for yourself because you're a millionaire and you have $1 million in plastic money. But everybody's a millionaire right now without plastic money. Everybody is a billionaire right now because you don't need plastic money to live. You just need yourself. But understand that we have life, and life is $1 billion and more. Do you agree? We all have $1 billion, but plastic money is something they print. They print $1 billion and they make you work for it. They make it some goal to achieve in terms of life because they're printing it and they're living with their own, they're living with their printed money that they print. You have to understand, they're living with their own printing of money. Otherwise, they print $1,000 and they put it in their pocket and they don't even have to work for it. But if you go get your own printing machine, they'll put you in jail. Do you understand? So realize no matter what, or else plastic money has no value. It has no value. So what has value is anything that's not plastic money. Do you understand? Anything that's not the outside world, because they're printing the outside world. How can the outside world be valuable, as Jesus Christ says? So understand that either way, the outside world is something that you never own. Outside world tendencies is something that you never go to. Either way, you have to understand that plastic money is a service. And understand that anything outside is a service, so you give a service in the outside world. Understand, when I give you plastic money, I hand over some services. I hand over material possessions so that you can do a service for me. You understand? And now if you agree with me to do a service, I realize that's nice and beautiful. But if you don't, I realize that I have to increase the level of plastic money I give you so that you can say yes. You understand? So either way, I understand that what's important is understand that Jesus doesn't give you plastic money to do your service. I understand that Jesus gives you plastic money in wisdom. Now, nothing in terms of the outside world. Jesus will not give you anything of the outside world because Jesus understands that the outside world is not the way, but you are. Now, you have to understand that most people are trying to go outside of themselves to find pleasure in terms of what's in the world outside of them, and outside is not the way to go, but inside is everything. Understand, when you're going inside, you'll find the answers. You never go to other people for you'll never go to other people for anything, but you'll go and find the information you need. You have to understand, you go to information, you go follow the information and the images of life. So images is like go see Spain and go travel around the world and see new images. I'll see new images right here. I understand, I'll go on Netflix and I'll find all these images. So I really go on my nice beautiful Instagram and Google Drive, I look at all these beautiful images of whatever it is. I understand either way, I'm never ugly because I speak beautifully, but ugly people have poor communication skills. So never stay around ugly people because that's what they teach you, or else they teach you a poor method of communication. So if you're around richer people, you're around better communicators. So that's what I am. I'm a better communicator because I can communicate my words. And now those who understand communication skills are around those who can actually do communication skills. So be around those people every single day, and I say yes. Be around I understand either way. You must understand that I will teach you the nice, beautiful, appropriate way to speak every single day, and you have to match my nice, beautiful persona, and you have to better it in terms of life. You have to better your own persona every single day. I have to better my persona, but I have to always make sure that my life is something worth living. So when it's worth living, I'm giving those ideas because I understand it's not about the plastic money anymore. I understand it's not about making plastic money. I understand it's about giving you wisdom because that's how I make plastic money. I understand when I go and search for ideas to give you, I make plastic money easily. But it's not about plastic money alone. I promise you, it's not about the outside world. I promise you, it's about inner world and making yourself spiritual enough to understand that more than enough in terms of life, you already have everything you ever need inside of yourself. Because plastic money and food and drinks and sex with others doesn't really pleasurize you in terms of fulfill you. But you have to understand that while you're doing pleasure, I promise you the pleasure alone fulfills pleasure alone. But guess what? I understand when growth is added to the occasion, I promise you growth always satisfies growth, doesn't it? I promise you, you have to understand that you must always satisfy you only. You must not satisfy other people. But understand if you go satisfying other people, you then will realize that satisfying other people satisfies other people. I mean, you understand? So whatever you're doing is understand that growth is much more important, and this video is much more important than going in the shower and masturbating instead. I promise you there's a big difference. I promise you this video is much more important than having sex with anybody. I understand, for example, Charlotte Styles, for example, I understand no matter what, that when I go and label these people, I understand that she's a beautiful soul. I understand that she passed away recently because I understand that no matter what, that she was somebody in a porn field and all that. I understand that either way, that you must understand that if you're getting yourself around pornography and you're starting to become a prostitute or somebody who goes to these parties where you're having sex, you must understand that you're wasting time and you're not teaching people. I mean, you understand? So realize that if you commit suicide, I realize it's because you're depressing yourself, and it's because you're not growing and you're not reading enough, and it's because you're not around better people. I understand when you're around better people, you understand that you have to learn and grow fast. You have to learn and grow quickly. So understand to never be somebody who's a prostitute and never be somebody who's an escort or a porn star. I understand Charlotte Styles, for example, goes on pornography and all that. I understand either way. I'm just speaking honestly right here. But I understand either way that she's very beautiful. I understand either way that what's important is everybody's very beautiful. But I understand that what's important is understand I have to say those names that pop up into my head so that I can be on top of it. I understand when I go and really expose those thoughts, I understand, for example, Charlotte Styles. I understand that my thoughts say Charlotte Styles, but then I have to put my eye before the Charlotte Styles. So then I have to mention her in my nice, beautiful camera so that I understand that I promote her as well. I understand either way that what's important, that when I promote people, I understand it's free promotion, so why not? I understand that what's important is go and level up yourself every single day. But when you're around people, it's the best way. The best way of communication every single day is finding out that it's not about having sex with all the women in the world or all the men in the world. It's not about chasing them, and it's not about trying to fulfill yourself with them. You have to understand it's really try to fulfill yourself with yourself alone, and try to be alone more than with other people. And you understand when you're alone more than with other people, you'll create a legacy for yourself and you'll have a passion, and you understand that other people have no time for you. Nobody else has time for you. I have no time for you. Unfortunately, nobody has time for you except you. So if you're giving your time to other people, that's because they are never giving you time. I mean, you understand? And now, if they are giving you time, I realize it's because they have no time for themselves. I mean, you understand? I realize now, if you're giving me time, you'll be giving me time somewhere where you find me on the street or somewhere, or you'll find me at a seminar, and guess what? You may talk to me then. But understand that's the only time. I promise you, either way, if I reply online or not, I understand that what's important is realize I'm always replying to you online in my communication here. So understand that I don't need to talk to you one-on-one, but I need to understand that every single time I do talk to people, I do grow them either way, but I grow you here more than I would writing to you message after message. Because once I write you a message or text message or a phone call, I have to record it. I have to record my phone calls. I have to take screenshots of what I talk about with you. I have to understand that it's still educational when I write to you. So understand I'm not here to waste time with you. I'm here to grow you every single day. I'm here to make sure that everybody's growing, because that's what I take responsibility for. I make sure I take responsibility by giving responsibility, and when I give responsibility, I assign orders in terms of material and whatever it is to make sure that everybody else is working. And now when I do that, I make sure I'm growing in the process, but I make sure the only aspect of life that I'm giving is wisdom. And now when I give wisdom, I understand I give wisdom because I need to become popular first so that I can go and make my name for myself. And that's more than money in terms of plastic money. I rather understand that no matter what, that when I'm always understanding, I'm doing better. But I understand that when I go and really make my fame, I understand that no amount of money in the world can make that fame, except for time and effort placed into yourself to educate people and help grow them. That's the only way that you can go and really make a name for yourself. So realize that no matter what, like for example, Selena Gomez and Cristiano Ronaldo and Megan Fox and all these people, I understand that they are actors and let's say sport people, and they do a lot of that. I understand that when you go and do that, I understand many people love to follow people who are stars like that. I understand, although they're not teaching much about YouTube. I promise you, none of them have a YouTube channel, and none of them will teach you about business and life. I promise you, it's that simple. But realize this, I realize that may teach you some aspects of life where you find them on a screen, but it's not because they chose to teach you. I promise you, they didn't choose to teach you unconsciously like I am. I promise you, they're choosing to teach you on screen something, maybe in a way that they dress or score a goal or something like that. But they're not really somebody who's a public speaker who can actually teach you something like I can. I understand that when you understand that I'm only somebody who is really doing something much more than them right now, because I understand that I'm teaching much more than them. I understand that I'm doing much more work for Jesus Christ than they are. I understand that's what's important. I understand that those people who are doing Jesus Christ work, you have to find them out. You have to see who around you is doing Jesus Christ work and is doing it on YouTube freely, and they're alone, and they have 30,000 photos of themselves on Instagram, and they have over 600 hours of video content around you right now. I mean, go and check it out. I mean, either way, you'll realize that most of them, realize this, that when I say I mean really, that no matter what, that those around you, I realize most of them will say no and will actually have nothing to do with this. I'm pretty sure none of them, in terms of life, will understand you more than you. I'm pretty sure none of them, in terms of life, will understand you more than you. But I understand who you are. I understand because I know my I. I know that you are I. I understand that no matter what, that because I go and really grow, I understand who everybody is, but most people don't know thyself. I promise you, most people don't know themselves. I know thyself. I know myself in terms of my I. I understand I only know I. I know nothing else except I. I understand either way, that's how I grow. I grow through making sure I go and try something new out. I understand now, I understand it's really starting to sprinkle still. I understand either way that what's important is I still do my Nice Beautiful program here, but I understand that every single day I show up and do a better performance for myself, and I go and really dwell upon a better life. But I understand that no matter what, that this time round, I understand that I go get myself a raincoat, I get myself one more raincoat, and I get myself a Nice Beautiful umbrella. And even though it rains, I will still be going and doing my Nice Beautiful public speaking performance on the street, because I want to do my public speaking in the rain while people are walking, because I believe in that. I believe in doing my performance in the street while promoting my name. Regardless, I realize people will come and see me. I realize either way that what's important is I promote myself anyway, and I realize when I promote myself every single day, I go and find those beautiful strategies every single day. But I understand that now, I realize no matter what, that this time, in terms of but and whatever I do, I understand that I'm communicating better than yesterday, because I'm practicing over and over for about 3 years now on camera work. I understand either way that now, after 3 years, I understand I can do a 1 hour video every single day. I promise you, now I've built the habit to be able to do so, but I have to get myself across every single time into the Nice Beautiful marketplace over here or around street performance, and be in front of people and do it as well. I have to be in front of people doing 1 hour a day. I promise you, that's the difference. Now, you may be doing 1 hour a day at your local restaurants in terms of your house and where you live, which is I, in terms of a little space I, in terms of the Nice Beautiful signature, which is the word I. You must live there. But understand that when you're living in an outside accommodation, you may be doing it away from people. You may be doing 1 hour seminars or these live coaching videos without people involved. So go in front of people like I am and do it 1 hour in front of people now, because that's the next level. And then understand, then level yourself up and do much more than that in front of people. I mean, do you understand? So either way, go and really do extra and extra and extra every single day, and focus upon that every single day, rather than doing once a week with people on coaching calls online, and also once a week you do 2 hours of coaching calls only. I understand, such as, for example, Brendan Burchard says that he does 2 hours of life coaching every month. I understand I do life coaching 1 hour every single day. I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, he does it 1 month in terms of every 2 hours. I understand either way that he's involving other people along with that, and he has a website and all that. I understand, I respect him, I love him, everything. I understand everything in terms of life. I understand when I go everything, I understand that no matter what, I must watch out, because my eye has to come in before everything. I understand every single day I'm making sure that no matter what, that also Brendan Burchard has many people in terms of life where he's coaching people along the way, and he's also understanding that no matter what, that he's going online and trying his best, the guy. I understand either way that I have more videos than him right now. I understand I have more videos than most of my mentors, but I have to catch up to Gary Vaynerchuk, and I have to catch up to Grant Cardone. So Grant Cardone has 5,000 videos online. I realize that Gary Vaynerchuk has 2,400. I understand I have more videos than Tony Robbins right now online. I understand either way that what's important is I keep leveling myself up. I keep doing more than them. and I understand that in 5 years' time I catch up to them and I do much more than them. I understand either way that is the difference. Whereas the difference is go and do much more work than other people, and then you understand that within 5 years of doing 1 hour content every single day, you'll be someone very, very quickly. I promise you, it's really fast and appropriate that you understand that when you're in front of people, you'll be much more professionally developing yourself, and you understand why I do that. I do that every single day because I understand spirituality is in that. I understand when I go and grow thyself, I understand I'll be more spiritual, I'll go and do much more than yesterday. I'll go and focus upon my ability to look at my emotions every single day, and I'll focus upon my nice, beautiful ability to revise the day every single day, and I'll make sure every single day I go and watch more Netflix, I'll go and eat something every single day to make sure my energy levels are up. I'll make sure every single day I'll go and focus upon my ability to get around Australia and do something according to staying away from the 9 to 5, because I understand that I have something better. I use the government's nice, beautiful receivings of the allowance they give, because I understand that no matter what, I have a beautiful job here. I do something much better than them. I understand either way I have to change areas anyway, because when I change areas, I understand no matter what I have to job search elsewhere. But I understand that what's important is that I delay the 9 to 5 as much as I can. I understand either way, I grab the money and I just run with it, because I understand that what's important is making sure that I go and do something important, which is this video, which is much more my nice, beautiful educational video, where I understand it's not about plastic money. I understand I'll never make $1 million and $1 billion with plastic money in a 9 to 5 job. I promise you, it's not the way. So what do I do? I stay away from the 9 to 5 job and I receive the government's allowance for as long as I can, and I just go and travel somewhere around the world. And I understand either way that I'll go and experience something in a public speaking event and do something required of where I can grow. And I understand either way that the 9 to 5 job is something that takes away from me. And I understand if I have to go to a 9 to 5 job now, I understand this video will not be made. I mean, you understand? So realize this, that when I go and stay away from a 9 to 5 job, I understand either way that in 2027 or 28, in terms of 2028, I understand Social Security and all that allowance they're giving in terms of handouts. I understand they're giving it to 10 million people in Australia right now. I understand they're giving support and financial support to people in terms of those who have mortgages. I understand they're giving Australians, 10 million Australians are receiving government support right now, so including I. So either way, I understand that what's important is not the government support, but I understand that what's important is your receiving of the government support. I understand that when somebody's supporting you, you receive it. I mean, they can say no and that they don't want to give me any more. I understand either way, I'll go and do something much more different because I already saved a lot of their money. I understand either way, I don't have to work on 9 to 5 for the next 9 months. I mean, you understand? So either way, that I already have some money in my pocket where I understand I can do these videos for the next 9 months at least then. Or as if they cut the nice, beautiful investment of giving me that nice, beautiful allowance they have, or as if they cut it, I understand, then I'll go into my biological dad's house because I have a nice, beautiful free accommodation there, and I'll stay there and I'll do my nice, beautiful videos for 9 months, and I'll just work on that. I mean, you understand? Because I love to do my passion. And then after that 9 months, I'll get myself a 9 to 5 job for 1 month, and I'll save up $3,000, and then for 300 days, because I can live on $10 a day, I mean, I'll just work a month. You understand? A 9 to 5 job. And I understand I never want to work on a 9 to 5 job. I'm never working on a 9 to 5 job. But I understand that if I have to work on a 9 to 5 job, I understand then I'll save 1 month worth of, let's say, plastic money, and I'll go to my biological dad's because I only give $10 a day in terms of food, and I have free Wi-Fi over there and everything. I can live 300 days. I work 1 month at a 9 to 5 job, and that's 300 days worth of freedom at my biological dad's house. So either way, I don't care. I'll just quit the job after a month. I mean, you understand? I'll extend myself for another 300 years in terms of 300 days to go and do my content then. So what do you want? I mean, you want to get me in a 9 to 5 job? I'll make the money. I'll make the money. I mean, you understand? I'll make $3,000. I'll quit the job straight away. I mean, you understand? I'll go to my biological dad's house and I'll sit there for 300 days. And I understand I'll live for 6 months at least. I will then go to the 9 to 5 job again. I will get myself another 3,000. I'll fuck off from the nice, beautiful 9 to 5 job, and then I'll go back to my biological dad's house, and I'll make sure for another 6 months I'll extend my nice, beautiful time with him, and I'll have freedom. I mean, you understand? So that's my plan. So either way, that no matter what, you cannot make me work on a 9 to 5 job for the rest of my life, and either way, I will not work on a 9 to 5 job. I mean, you understand? Because I have something better to do. So either way, I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, either way, if you try to make me work on a 9 to 5 job, I'll work minimal hours. I'll work 15 hours a week. I mean, you understand? I mean, 15 hours a week, and the rest, I'll live at my biological dad's house. I have all the money I need and everything. I can be single and whatever. I mean, just 15 hours. I save up the money that I have. I just go, and no matter what, I'll go and live my life. Or I can work some full time for 1 month, and then I understand either way I just quit the job. I mean, I can do both. I mean, what's better? I understand 15-hour work is much better. I mean, go work 15 hours, and here and there, you save up some money, and then just quit the job altogether. You understand? I mean, I make $1,000 at least. I make $1,000. I'll get away from a 9 to 5 job for, let's say, 100 days then. I mean, 100 days worth of work because of this, and then I'll apply for another job. I mean, I'll save up $1,000. I'll go again for 100 days. I mean, I'll fuck him off because I understand either way that you cannot make me work a 9 to 5 job for as long as possible. I mean, you understand? I don't care about you. I mean, do you understand? I mean, you cannot make me work a 9 to 5 job because I'll work it because I choose to, but then I'll save up some money and I'll fuck you off. I mean, you understand? I'll go and do my work over here because this is something much more passionate. I understand I have a passion over here, and I'm not one of those individuals who makes $22 at McDonald's.
Oh my God.
You understand? Or in a restaurant, or a security guard job. I understand? I'm not those individuals, and I'm not a pickpacker in a warehouse anymore, and I'm not a laborer who picks up rubbish around your warehouse. You understand? I'm not that individual anymore. I understand either way, I have more skills now. I can actually go on a street performance and I can public speak, unlike you. I mean, either way, understand no matter what, you must be learning how to public speak. And what's important is understand that no matter what, I'm always teaching you how to public speak. I want you to public speak. I want you to understand that no matter what, that when you understand me now, I understand no matter what, that when I go and grow, I own it, baby. I mean, you understand, I own this country. I own the fame in Australia. I'm the only individual right now in Australia who has 600 hours of life coaching for free, and there's nobody else. I mean, you understand? I mean, Danny Milivojevic. I mean, either way, understand that no matter what, I'm promoting my name today. I understand every single day I go and perform on the street, and I go and do as much as I can in information work. I understand either way. I mean, you can block me with the coronavirus as much as you can, but guess what? I'll still do my work. I'm never fired from my job because I have something to do every single day, and that's build my status and build my fame. I promise you, there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do but give you knowledge to build my fame, and that's it. I mean, do you understand? Because eventually I'm a millionaire in plastic money. I'm a millionaire in everything because I'll give the world what they need in terms of information, because it's worth it to have everything I ever want, because I give you all that nice beautiful content for free, and then I create this massive legacy, and that's what everybody wants. I promise you, everybody wants to be Justin Bieber in terms of legacy. I mean, everybody wants to be Selena Gomez in terms of legacy and have 150 million followers and all that. I promise you, I understand that, but nobody wants to be exactly like them. I mean, understand? I promise you, nobody wants to be exactly like me. I want to be exactly like Jesus though. I understand though that when you go exactly like me, you'll be so much better than those people around you. You'll be so much better. I promise you, if you want to be exactly like me, you'll be at least much better than everybody around you, and you'll have a direct path into growth with Jesus Christ. I promise you, that's where I lead, and that's where I go every single day. But you don't have to believe me. I understand most women in life and most people do not believe in me, in what I have, or in terms of what I have. I understand, and in what I have. I understand that no matter what, I'm always learning to grow with or without you. I understand when I go and grow, I communicate, and I have a beautiful microphone. I have more investment inside of myself in terms of my life. I understand that before I came here, I took my laptop out in terms of life, and I invest some time into exploring my music so that I can go and do something about my music every single day. But I understand either way that what's important is communicational work around my life coaching, because that's my main degree. I love life coaching more than music production, but I understand I love to do music production too. I understand either way that if I have to choose between music production and life coaching, I choose life coaching. I promise you, I choose these videos to do every single day over music production. So either way, I understand it's much more important, because I understand that it's something that really delivers my life quality, and music production is only music production, and that's it. I promise you, there's nothing else. I promise you, life itself is life coaching. So I life coach. I talk about everything. I love to talk about everything. I promise you, that's so much more than just music. I understand either way. I understand that no matter what, that life coaching is music, and my nice beautiful music is the life coaching videos I do also, as well as my music production skills. I mean, that's all my music production skills I give you. I understand that if you don't like my music production, I mean, come and like my life coaching. I mean, I understand that's something of a symphony I sing every single day. I understand that when I go and really see something like 4.5 stars, you must understand that when you're eating 4.5 star food or 5-star food, I promise you it's the best. I promise you, eat 5-star food more than 4.5 star food, because 5-star food out of 5 is much better than 4.5 star than 5. So find those foods, but never eat anything that's 3-star. I love it. I understand when I hit myself, I say I love I, because I don't mean to hit myself. I understand when somebody hits themselves in the face, I realize they don't say I love I. Actually, they hate themselves because they don't even say I love I, because they mean it. I mean, they mean that they hit themselves. So I never mean to hit myself, so I say I love I every single day. I focus upon loving my life every single day and doing the best I can every single day. I understand that what's important in my life is I never chase other people and I never chase what you're doing in life, but I chase the ideas that you have. I promise you now, I chase Jesus Christ in terms of the ideas there, but I understand that what's important is when you're really giving those ideas every single day, you understand that there's more ideas there's more ideas always to give, and when you're giving more ideas, you'll find out why you have to be more important. I understand when they're not interested in you, you have to understand it's because they're not interested in themselves, and then that way you understand why you can actually grow yourself more than them, because understand that when they be interested in you is when you're more successful, and they have to see that first. And then either way, you just keep slowly growing and growing and growing, and it will add up. I promise you. Growth and communication skills adds up. So the more you communicate in daily life, and the more you do these life coaching videos and everything in terms of music and talents, and you improve upon your talents, I promise you, the better you get. I promise you. So you just have to get away from the 9 to 5, because that's not building your talents. But what the 9 to 5 does is take away from you only, because you're not allowed to go into a 9 to 5 and take videos of yourself and selfies of yourself and write in your journal in your 9 to 5. I mean, do you understand? Because you have to do their work and not your work, because they're giving you plastic money and you're a slave to them. I mean, you understand? So that's why I understand that you go work minimal hours at a 9 to 5 job, or receive a government allowance and go and do your videos like this, and go and do some music production on the side, and go and live alone, and go travel the world with the plastic money they give you. And either way, unfortunately, that's much more required of you today than working on a 9 to 5 job, because either way, you must understand that if I have to work on a 9 to 5 job, you already understand what I'm doing. I mean, just work for a certain period, save up the money and fuck them off. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's it. I don't care about kids. I don't care about a wife. I don't care about that, because as soon as you get into a relationship with another person and you have a kid, you need to get a 9 to 5 job really quickly. And you have to stay there. You have to stay there. And how are you going to really transform your life? Because understand, either way, you can transform your life, but now you're lifting much more weights. You're actually lifting your wife and kids, you're lifting your husband and kids, and you need them to go work while you housewife. I mean, that's most people. I mean, that's most of the women in the planet. I mean, why do you want to be a housewife? I mean, understand either way that what's more important than a housewife is, what's more important than a housewife is a woman that's actually leading like Oprah Winfrey. I mean, either way, go and do that. I mean, that's much more valuable than sitting at home with your kids. I promise you. I promise you either way, that what's more important is go and do something like I am doing, or Tony Robbins is doing. I mean, go around the world and travel and be free. I mean, why do you want to be working a 9 to 5 job all your life? I promise you that 9 to 5 job doesn't really state anything that I need to do over there. I promise you it doesn't teach me anything. I promise you either way, I learned from it. I promise you there is something to learn from 9 to 5, but I understand that information. I understand that information from a 9 to 5 is staying away from it. I promise you now, I never stay away from information. I love to learn all the information of the 9 to 5. I love the information, but I don't want to work the 9 to 5. You understand? I stay away from working on 9 to 5 jobs for plastic money. I don't care for plastic money. I mean, I care to have more only. Whereas when I have more, I give you more, and then I just receive more every single day. I'll go and do something that's really much more important, because I understand everybody wants to be smart, but nobody wants to follow the ones that are, I realize, I understand that I follow the ones that are really successful, but I understand most people, I realize most people, in terms of nobodies, never want to follow people who are famous and who are successful more than them, because they think they know it all. You understand? I realize most people don't want to follow me because I'm a public speaker. I promise you that is them or me. I promise you it's them. I promise you it's them. But guess what? I realize it's either way. I also understand I want to do better as well. I need to understand I take advantage of that, and I take responsibility for why they want to follow me. I'll go and do better then. I'll go and do better because they don't want to follow me. I understand when they get it through their thick heads that I'm something in life, I'll go and grow my communication skills every single day, and I'll go and make sure that every single day I go and perform my beautiful content, and I'll understand that I'm better than the guy who is driving a tram right now. I mean, do you understand those trams in the city? And the trains and buses? I mean, I'm better than those guys. I mean, I have more skills than them. I'll teach you more than them. I mean, do you understand? Because an entrepreneur is somebody that goes and teaches. I understand that I have I entrepreneur in my Instagram, but that's the best way to label myself. I entrepreneur. I realized that if I had an opportunity to go on Instagram and just place the word I just place the word I then. I promise you nothing else. I don't even want to consider myself an entrepreneur, because what I am is just I only label myself I. But because entrepreneur, you have to put something there, I just put entrepreneur. I just go for entrepreneur. But I rather just put I there. I just rather put the word I. I realize that's it. I understand that no matter what, that when I go and grow, I understand that you can go local Toastmasters, you can go and really understand that communication skills is growing with yourself the most, and then people. I mean, grow with yourself the most. So if you understand that no matter what, that you can communicate and you can get that language out there anywhere in the world, I mean, just go and do it. I mean, go and do it and do what's best for you, but try to be in front of people as much as you can. I mean, try to, and understand that sometimes it's going to rain, and it's going to rain on your parade sometimes, but guess what? I realize it's raining on my parade now. I just recently, just 1 hour ago, had to pack up. I had to pack up just recently to come here. So here I am for 40 minutes later. I'm still doing my nice, beautiful parade. So I just change it. I understand I have to adapt. I understand sometimes God says, hey, it's raining today, but guess what? I realize you must adapt quickly. You must learn. So I just go and learn quickly. I promise you, God wants you to learn quickly. I promise you now, either way, this time I realize now, I say, God, I mean, let it rain. I mean, let it rain because I have an umbrella. I have also my nice beautiful, let's say, I can do 2 umbrellas. I can get 2 umbrellas. I can get one to cover my nice beautiful phone and technology and my selfie stick, while I cover my nice beautiful trolley and my nice beautiful public speaking speaker with my 2 nice beautiful raincoats. I understand I threw one away in terms of my raincoat, but I understand I said to myself that if I throw something away and I need it, I'll go and give more plastic money for that, because I wasn't so sure that I needed to grab myself a raincoat in terms of have 2 raincoats, because I followed the average of 1. I understand either way that one of everything is what I need, but I understand either way that this time I realize that sometimes it may rain, but I want to stand in the rain and perform. I want to put on my nice beautiful raincoat, or get myself I'll get myself an umbrella. I'll get myself an umbrella and I'll go and speak and talk. I mean, I'll talk every day in front of the rain. So I don't care how much it's raining, as long as my technology and my trolley is all covered up with raincoats, and my beautiful technology in terms of my public speaking speaker, where I can go in terms of my portable speaker, is all, let's say, covered up, so I don't have to, let's say, break it or something like that. So I understand every single day that when I cover my technology, it's not going to get wet, and when it doesn't get wet, it doesn't get, in terms of broken. I understand either way, I don't want to burn the fuse. So I understand that when you're putting in those jacks, for example, I understand when you put in your earphones into your phone, or else you just make sure that that jack is not wet. I mean, just dry it up before it goes into your phone, otherwise it wrecks your phone, because technology in terms of water, in terms of what goes into your jack in terms of water, doesn't charge your phone. So understand that sometimes, I understand my cable was wet and I put it into the phone where I charge my phone, and then it says water and water and water. I mean, take off the nice beautiful cable because it doesn't want to charge because there's water in the jack. I understand either way, so realize that you make sure every single day that what you're doing every single day. I thank you very much. I thank you. I understand every single day I'm just making sure that I do something very important. I understand one individual over here is saying that he's going to subscribe to my nice beautiful YouTube channel. I understand either way that what's important is I'm making sure every single day I go and perform. I go and really understand that when somebody's talking to you, I mean, just say a thumbs up. I thank you very much. I thank you very much for your follow. I mean, just make sure that you're going and really dwell upon what you're doing every single day. I mean, dwell upon a nice, beautiful idea and go and give it. And when you give those ideas every single day, you find a better way to do something. And when you do something, I mean, give with a hope. I mean, give your heart in terms of have an open heart for giving. And when you give with an open heart, you understand either way to structure your sentences in every single way that you can, and you'll find out why you're so important. And once you do that, you understand no matter what, that you just keep going. And understand Jay Shetty is also somebody that you can follow. I understand that no matter what, you can follow Nick Vujicic, you can follow Brendan Blanchard, you can follow Bob Proctor. I understand either way that these mentors, I have many of them. I understand I write my journal as well, so follow my journal. I have a journal in terms of a writing journal, and I write there as well. So either way, you guys are full of content today. I understand either way, you guys can go and check out my 3 years of journaling and my 3 years of videos. So realize either way, you can go and do as much as you can. I understand that no matter what I do, I understand I'm just making sure I'm always preoccupied with my eye. I understand my eye is very much preoccupying itself. So when I go with my eye every single day, I understand that I just go and really grow that foundation. I understand that foundation is confidence and leadership and courage and abilities. I mean, when you grow, you push yourself, you push your strength to grow. I mean, when you're pushing your strength, you're pushing the ideas. I mean, you're pushing the nice, beautiful life factory that you have. I understand you're living in a facility right now, and you're living in a factory that is your body. So take care of it, and understand that you never put any smoke in there in terms of cigarette smoke, and don't go intoxicating yourself. You have to understand. I understand that song, "You Got Me Intoxicated." I understand that is so stupid, isn't it? But I understand no matter what, that I'm not stupid, but it's real. I understand either way that what's important is understand that when you really understand that it starts with the you in action there. You got me intoxicated. I promise you many people go and really get intoxicated to that song. So realize you don't go intoxicated. I promise you that what's amazing about life is understand that when you got somebody intoxicated, realize that you must understand that no matter what, you can be intoxicated through wisdom and love. I mean, it doesn't have to be through drugs. I mean, you understand? So realize that whatever you're doing every single day is understand that I realize you in action, and also the I factor, and also the question asking is something that you have to do, which is the IUQ rule, which is the the letter I, and also the U in terms of the letter U, and also understand that no matter what, the Q in terms of the letter Q. So you must realize every single day you must go and put your nice, beautiful strength in your beautiful foundation, and when you do that, you must be changing your words differently and making sure that every single day you're going to find foundation in yourself to survive a better life. Because when you have a better life, you have to understand you're thriving and not surviving, but you're making sure that when you survive, that you go and thrive. And when you're thriving, I mean, who's going to be better? I mean, the ones that are thriving in life or surviving. I mean, of course, thriving, because it sounds better, doesn't it? Or else either way, you must understand to go where it sounds better, and go and lift people up with your nice, beautiful vibe every single day, and understand that no matter what, that, for example, today I came here, I did a nice, beautiful 1 hour performance right here, and then I went busking performance for 48 minutes, and then I came here again, because I understand why I went over there, because it stopped raining, and I understand that no matter what, that for the whole week, I understand I have my Apple Watch over here, and what it says over here is, I'll show you, I mean, do you see that? I mean, you see all that? I mean, that's all clouds. I mean, it shows me all clouds over here, and I realize it's all rain and clouds. And you see, I mean, either way, I understand that my beautiful Apple Watch is, let's say, always telling me the nice, beautiful rain. So the rain is going to be from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock today, in terms of the morning, in terms of 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. is going to be clouds. And now it's supposed to be cloudy, or else it's never supposed to be, but it's cloudy today, but it's raining right now. And it doesn't say in my Apple Watch to rain, or else it doesn't say that it's going to rain, but it says the nice, beautiful 21 degrees to 20 degrees, or else from 7 p.m. at night to 5 p.m. in terms of from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. at night is going to be from 21 to 20 in terms of degrees. You understand what I mean? Or else from 7 p.m. at night, which is right now, or else now it's 5:45. I understand either way that the time is coming up. I understand from 7 p.m. tonight is going to be 21 degrees to 5 p.m. is going to be, or else in 5 a.m. is going to be 20 degrees. So it's only 1 degree difference for the next 12 hours. I mean, you understand? So realize from 7 p.m. it's 21 degrees until 5 a.m. it will be 20 degrees. Or else everything else is 21 degrees and 20 degrees. Right? Or else either way, that what's important is understand that there's only there's 1 degree difference there for the next 12 hours. So understand that it's summer and it's raining and it's cold, and understand that no matter what, that when I have a jumper on, I'm much better for it, because I understand I wear jumpers and long pants in the nighttime always. I don't care what day it is, I don't care what season it is, because it makes me feel warm. Or is it something that you can do also? I understand that what's important is go give those ideas daily. I understand that somebody will grab an idea and you'll be something much more in their life, and that way they're looking at your face. And I understand I watch Grant Cardone, for example. I understand I watch Grant Cardone, I watch all these mentors, but they don't want to talk to me because of my following and because of how many people I have following me. So I have to go and really, let's say, open up the calendar, and I have to go in front of people, and I have to promote myself as much as possible, and I have to become big in my country. I have to go and really travel the world in my country and go be somebody in my country first, because I have 24 million Australians who can find me in Australia. So when they follow me, and when I'm on the news trends and everything in terms of Twitter and all that, then he'll call me for his public speaking event, and he'll say, Danny Milivojevic, I promise you either way, you can come to my 10x growth forum. I'm saying either way, I understand that no matter what, that I'm the only Australian right now who's public speaking around town, and I'm actually doing 3 performances for the past 100 days. I've been doing it, and understand that no matter what, every single day I had a break before in terms of public speaking, because I had to go to my nice beautiful Alice Springs in Darwin, and I had to go to Adelaide, and then I went to Sydney, and here I am, because I've only ever done some street performance in Brisbane and also in Sydney. I have to do some Melbourne too. I have to go to Melbourne. I have to go to Melbourne and do some public speaking performance there. But I understand those streets over there. I understand there's not many streets that you can go and do some public speaking performance with. I understand that what's important is realize that when you're doing something very, let's say, intimidating for yourself, or realize that you're going to build courage. So what is an intimidating factor in life? You understand that it must be growth. And now when you're understanding that when you're growing, you must be in discomfort. And then when you're growing, you'll be in discomfort while you're public speaking on the street. And you'll be also in discomfort looking for ideas, and you'll start growing, but it becomes natural. And understand that the more you grow, the better you are. But understand that most people around you will be looking at you to see what you're doing daily in terms of your content, and they'll tune into you. As long as you're consistent about your work and you're serious about your work, for sure you'll be famous and you'll be able to be successful. But if you post one video a month on YouTube, I realize nobody's going to watch you. You have to be a show that shows up every single day. Of you have to be your own media. So I'm a media of Danny Milivojevic only. I only promote Danny Milivojevic. I don't promote anything else other than myself, because I have no time to promote anything else. I may say Bob Proctor and all that, but I'm promoting myself there, because I understand that when I promote Bob Proctor, I understand everybody's eye. I understand that it's because his information is what I promote, and his information is what I am. I understand I promote all these individuals, and I promote what I am only. So when I say Tony Robbins and go to Osho and all these people, in terms of Dr. Wayne Dyer and Dexter and all that, I mean, either way, you must understand that no matter what, you must go and perform. I understand Dexter, but Dexter is something that I just say. I used to watch the nice, beautiful cartoon show Dexter. I understand either way, I'm still watching it if I can find it, but I watch it fast. I understand either way that what's important today is realize that everything that you must realize is make sure that you're doing much greater. I mean, be smart. I mean, be smart about your life and understand that when you're smart, you shall grow. And those who grow every single day shall be the best they can be. I realize when you're the best you can be, I mean, find yourself a raincoat that actually works and go into Target or go into nice, beautiful Big W or Woolworths, Australia, or go to Kmart and find yourself a proper, nice, beautiful raincoat where you can wear it, where it doesn't have to be, let's say, and it's not that it's not a Asian one or nothing like that. I understand Asians also have what you need. I understand you just go to the nice, beautiful supermarkets to get yourself a better quality one, because I understand that at dollar stores, in terms of dollar stores today, I understand it can be an Asian one, or else it can be Indian. I understand it doesn't have to be any type of nationality. I realize that it's just, if you go to dollar stores to get cheap stuff, otherwise you never get cheap stuff. You get something that's affordable. But I understand that if you go and grab yourself something that's affordable, that's also quality and that you love to wear, I mean, that's much better than wearing anything that looks less than you deserve. So go and invest more plastic money into a better public speaking speaker or into better technology so that you can do your work and so that you can look better. So that means get a better raincoat or something like that. I mean, get something better, so understand that you be happier in the process. So realize that what's important every single day is making sure that you're broadening up. You must be broadening up your feelings, and you must be giving a better attitude. You must understand that every single year now, I am definitely on a road of success. I'm definitely making sure that every single day I go in my foundation, which is my knowledge and my wisdom, and I give that. I understand all I really give is images in terms of knowledge. I understand it's really all you have to give. But if I give you images, I might give you $1 billion in plastic money, and then you go around the world traveling and you grab your own images. I mean, do you understand? So either way, that what's important is I made around $70 public speaking on the street and doing street performances for the past 110 hours and around that. In terms of around 110 hours I've been doing when I was beautiful public speaking on the street. I understand now I made $70 in plastic money, but I didn't ask for that. I realized that people just give it to me. I realize now it's nice and beautiful when they give you a present like that. I understand that my beautiful New Year's, in terms of life, I understand I invested it in terms of life. I understand that either way, it's just something that I move on with. I understand that no matter what, that when people are blocking you and they're not doing you good, I mean, you must understand you go away from them and you go away from where the police are. I mean, stay away from the police as much as you can and don't go to them and don't go up to them at all. I mean, understand if you have any questions to ask, I mean, you can ask them, but guess what? I realize they cause trouble. I realize there are people who cause trouble. I understand either way, you must understand that no matter what, that when you go and really go and do much better than that, I mean, make sure that you understand that there are also people who do help around. I realize they do help, but they also cause trouble at the same time. I mean, understand that no matter what, that just because they have power over you, I mean, I realize it doesn't mean that you're any less powerless. I realize that it doesn't make you powerless. I realize that what makes you something stronger is understanding that if somebody wants to control you and put power over you and to exert power over you, like the police, because they gang up on you and they beat you or something like that and they cause you violence, or else you just make sure you accept it and understand that no matter what, it's happened to me before also in terms of my life, in terms of my eye. I understand, I realize that I'm not a victim. I understand although I keep growing and I keep growing with that information, and I try to be as happier as I can, because when I'm happier and happier and happier, I'm communicating more of that nice, beautiful knowledge daily. Because I understand that what keeps me nice and beautiful every single day is giving you knowledge in these videos. So I understand today I'll be uploading 3 videos online. So I understand either way it's 3 hours worth of knowledge every single day. I understand that in Brisbane I was doing for about 52 hours. I understand about 17 occasions. I mean, every single day I go to that nice beautiful tunnel over there and I start to do public speaking. And I can do it now. I understand although that what's important is understand that they closed up the borders now, so I understand that I just have to stay here. Because why? I understand I have street performance, I have something else to do, I have something more important to do, but if I want to go to Brisbane, I will go. There's nothing stopping me from going around the world. I save up the money and I go. It's very simple, but I understand that what's important for me to do right now is build my fame and legacy over traveling to Spain and Italy and all that, because I still have my 30s. I still have my 40s, I still have my 50s, I still have my 60s, I still have my 70s, I still have my 80s to go travel the world. I mean, understand? So I still have 50 years to travel the world. But I understand either way, I have more than that. I understand either way, I'm never limiting myself to numbers. I understand that what's important is go and grow thyself every single day. I understand when you're doing that, make sure you clear your throat and make sure that either way you bring some soy milks with you inside of your trolley. I mean, make sure you understand that when I go, for example, public speaking or anywhere, that is not inside of my Q-Space hotel, which is my Q-Space accommodation. That's a different accommodation. I mean, I'm my real accommodation. I live in the body. I live in my eye. I understand now my Q-Space hotel accommodation. I understand that's where I leave all my food. But I bring my soy milk with me. I understand either way, I only eat dinner in my Q-Space hotel because that's my discipline. I don't want to be eating dinner, such as anything with bread or hummus or tofu or anything, other than soy milk on the go. So when I am doing these videos in terms of life coaching, you just understand that I always have a soy milk ready to go to drink, because that's something that fills me up with protein. I understand it's my protein drink, so I just make sure I'm filling myself up with that energy, and I bring water with me. I promise you, I just bring water and soy milk with me out of Q-Space Hotel, because I just drink that, and that's that. I promise you that's my meal. I promise you that's my recess. I promise you that's my lunch. I promise you that's more than a sandwich. I mean, you understand, I promise you a sandwich will give you maybe max 10 grams of protein. I promise you soy milk will give you 34. I promise you either way, understand that no matter what, the liquid protein is much better than eating the protein. I promise you if you can drink the protein, you'll get the energy much better than actually eating it. Because to eat it, I promise you to eat anything in terms of real eating, or else that's not drink, or else it takes longer to absorb in your body. So when you're drinking protein like soy milk, or else it absorbs straight away and you get the energy right away. So understand it's a pick me up. So understand either way that I used to drink Coca-Cola and I used to drink Fanta and Sprite and all that to pick me up. Or else now I don't do that anymore. I used to eat ice cream to pick me up and to make me feel better. Unfortunately, that's not the way to go. But I drink soy milk not to feel better, but to have more energy. I eat to have more energy and not to feel better. I mean, understand, because I understand that food and drink doesn't make me feel better. Unfortunately, it just gives me energy. I drink and eat to the amount of time that I need to get the energy I need. Unfortunately, that's it. Unfortunately, if I drink one soy milk, unfortunately, I'm filled up, just my eye. I understand either way that what's important is when I drink one soy milk, I have fulfillment, that I have energy, and that's that. I don't eat and drink to just feel good. I don't eat and drink to feel good. I eat and drink to have energy, and that's that. I sleep to rest, to make sure that I can grow. I mean, I make sure that I get enough sleep. I don't oversleep anymore. I get every single hour in terms of my life. I understand my Apple Watch is ringing and waking me up, because there's a certain time that I just want to be awake every single hour. I want to be waking up every single hour, so that I understand it's something that I need to do, because I'd rather wake up every single hour than wake up every 8 hours. I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, you understand, because I get to wake up 8 times to write something down at least, or to eat something or whatever, and then go back to sleep and do that 8 times. I don't care. But what's important is I don't sleep 12 hours in one space of time. I wake up 12 times then. I woke up 12 times. I wake up 12 times in between that time. I mean, you understand? So either way, I'm making sure that I'm always encouraging myself to sleep less while I can actually do much more work. So I realize if you can function on 4 hours of sleep, I mean, it's much better than functioning on 8 hours of sleep. I mean, you understand? Because you have 4 extra hours of walking around and doing something. So I understand that the more you can do and less you can sleep, the better. I mean, you understand? So realize that's what I understand, that no matter what, that what's important is, understand that sleep is important, or else sleep is important, because eventually if you don't sleep, I realize now, I understand that I believe that you can, in this world, live without sleep at all. I mean, you don't even have to sleep in this lifetime. I promise you, I believe that. I truly believe that Jesus Christ did not sleep a day in his life. I truly believe that. I truly believe that Jesus Christ never slept a day in this earth. I promise you that either way, he's probably speaking to God or something like that, and he may have closed his eyes. I realize he may have done that. I realize he probably, I promise you, what has Jesus not done? I promise you, Jesus has done everything. I promise you, either way, you must understand that Jesus closes his eyes and speaks to God, and that's it. I promise you, God speaks to him in feelings. I mean, you understand? So either way, you must understand that Jesus is just always awake. You must always be awake, because you never know when Jesus may arrive. I mean, in that sense, to realize you have to be conscious, you have to be awake more and more. You have to be more spiritual, and you have to understand more energy. Actually, more energy is why I can do 3-hour videos every day. I mean, you understand? I have more energy, I have more time, I have no kids, I have no wife. I mean, now you're saying, but I have kids, and you are somebody who's very lucky because you can do 3 hours of video content. But I have a wife, man. I have 6 kids. I have 10 kids. I have 12 kids. I mean, big deal. I mean, understand that what's important is understand that Jesus Christ has 12 disciples, and he can do his work. I mean, Jesus can do with the disciples. I mean, that's his kids too, and he has to take his kids around. Actually, now, why? I mean, what excuses do you have? I mean, you have no excuses for why you cannot grow. I mean, do you understand? I mean, there's no excuses. I mean, you have 6 kids. I mean, you have more kids than me. I promise you, although I have everything I ever need. I have my eye. I know my eye. I have more than you. I have more than you, even though you have a wife and kids and you have sex every day. I have more than you. Is that simple? That's simple. That what's amazing about life is that I don't have to chase pleasure. I don't have to chase your wife to have sex with her every day, like you do. You understand? I don't need to have sex with her because I don't need to have sex with other people, like Jesus Christ. I have Jesus Christ in my life. I mean, you understand? Because when I have sex for a purpose. I have sex to have kids, and that's that. I mean, you understand? I promise you, that's the only time to have kids. I promise you not to fuck around. I promise you now, if you're giving your wife or husband to other people, or other women or men, and you're having orgies with other people in the process, I promise you that's something that's up to you, but I understand that no matter what, that what's important is I never do that. I mean, I never go having orgies around, and I never have all this in terms of orgies, in terms of pleasure with other people, because I understand that other people don't satisfy me. I understand that other people don't grow me. I understand that other people never ever love me like I love me in terms of my life. I understand either way that what's important is I love I love I more than me. I understand either way that I stick to the I more than me. I understand either way that when you give plastic money, I can get a really great ass. I can go to the brothel and I can get escorts, and she can come to my house and she has a great ass. I promise you. I promise you, when I check them out online, I promise you she has a great ass. I promise you she's going for $300 per hour. You understand? So either way, I can rent her out. I promise you, sex with other people is nothing to, let's say, be proud about, unless it's to have a kid. I promise you, now, if you're having a kid, I promise you that's worthy. But if you're just going to fuck around, I promise you it's not worthy. And all she ever does, I promise you, all they ever do is just take money from you and they fuck you off, and that's that. I mean, that's that. I mean, there's no love there and there's no interest. I promise you, it's just fuck and bang, and that's that. I mean, you understand? And that's not the way to go. Because understand you must have a better life than that, and you must understand that no matter what, that if you just go chasing around sex with other people, you'll just be lost. You'll be lost astray. I understand I can do it. I can go around having sex because I understand how to grow as well. But I understand that it's not the way to go for me. I understand it's not the way to go because I understand Jesus says delay gratification as much as you can. So I understand that many people are going on these sites, in terms of adult sites, and watching these live prostitutes and escorts online, and these women go and say, give me money and I'll throw my pussy at you, and no matter what, either way, or as they start masturbating because some guy gave them $50 online and they're doing it on webcam. I realize that either way, or as that's a new technique. I understand either way that it's something new because there's internet today. So either way, you must understand that it's never been done before, and we get the privilege of seeing that. But I understand that no matter what, that when you're watching that, I realize it's nice, but if you're masturbating to that, or as now you're wasting time. Or as if you're masturbating to pornography, you're wasting time. And you're just pleasurizing yourself like food and drink. I realize that pleasurizing yourself in terms of food and drink and eating food and drink is the same as having sex with other people, and it's also the same as masturbating to pornography and to yourself and to somebody else or whatever. I understand either way, it's the same as phone sex. Or it's the same as phone sex. So when you're masturbating on the phone to somebody, I understand it's pleasurizing yourself, and that's what Jesus says never do, all that, because that's also a waste of time, and it's pleasure. So the more pleasure you have in life, the more destructive you get. I mean, you understand? So look at heroin addicts, for example. I realize heroin addicts and people who do painkillers and Xanax and all these pills, and they take pills. Why? Because it gives them a feel, or else it gives them a pleasure. Or else they take ecstasy and they have a feeling, and they feel gay, and they feel bisexual, and they feel transsexual sometimes, and they feel whatever. I mean, either way, they have a feeling from it. I realize they start to peak in their eyes. I mean, do you see my eyes, bro? I mean, do you see my eyes? I mean, is that funny, bro? Is that funny? I mean, look at my eyes, bro. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's what they do. I mean, isn't that stupid? I mean, it's stupid enough. I mean, that's so stupid. I mean, it may be funny, but it's stupid. I mean, in a sense, so realize I'm not stupid because I was that kind of guy. I mean, you understand? I mean, understand? I was that kind of guy. I was that kind of individual. So I'm not a girl, I'm not a woman, but I understand I'm a man. I understand either way, I'm I only. I understand either way that when I label myself something, or else when I label myself something, I say I'm I only. And that's it. I understand either way, I go and grow because I understand that what's important is not how many pills you have in terms of ecstasy pills to sell to somebody, or else that's not important because that drug that you may be selling to somebody may kill them. So do you believe you're doing something of high achievement here? Because if the police catch you, I mean, that's 3 years of jail or 10 years of jail sometimes, or else it's maybe forever. I mean, you never know. I mean, either way, you must understand that you don't go selling drugs to other people and you don't go be a drug dealer, because I understand that they will come and give you the service. I understand I was calling up drug addicts and drug dealers, and they get from other people and I get from them. Otherwise, I understand either way that I never go do that anymore, because I understand that I don't go getting the drugs anymore. I understand that I stay away from those people because they're shifty people and they're not going to help you, but they're just there for the drugs cuz. I mean, that's it. I mean, understand they're not there to help you grow your life. I understand they may give you accommodation in terms of the outside world to live in just for a bit with them because you're doing drugs together and you're in just one room together and it's night time, and they may be giving you a massage or something and they may be sucking your dick. So I don't know, but I understand that no matter what, you may be having sex or drugs, either way. I understand that what's important is understand that when you swear, I mean, just own up to it. I apologize for swearing, but I understand that either way, I don't take ownership. I understand that I am not rude, and it's not rude to say fuck. I love to fuck. I understand either way that if you want to fuck, just understand that you have to fuck to have a kid. I mean, either way, understand that it's not rude to say fuck. I mean, either way, understand that it's rude to say just fuck. I mean, it's rude to never say, apparently it's never rude to say I love to fuck, because I love to fuck has your I at least. But to just say fuck, apparently that's the rudest aspect of life, because you missed the I completely. You didn't say I love you in that sentence because you just said fuck. And where's your I? You say I say fuck. Apparently that's different. Apparently now either way, apparently it's not rude to say words. Apparently words cannot offend you. Apparently, so if you get offended by words, or else it's because you're weak. I mean, you understand? So realize, I don't go having sex around. I understand it's a waste of time. I understand it's not what Jesus does. I understand Jesus wants you to understand that pleasure with other people and pleasure overall and eating food and all of this in terms of painkillers and all these drugs and alcohol is not something that can help you grow. Approach information, yes. Approach images like Netflix images and movie cinemas images only. Approach will grow. Approach now the information in terms of the audio will grow you, but I don't watch the audio because you have to watch that start to finish. I understand either way the images is so much quicker to watch than the nice beautiful audio programs in the TV shows and cinemas, because I never go to the cinemas anymore because I get my family to watch Netflix and we just watch Netflix together. I mean, we just watch it separately or whatever, but we're together watching whatever we want. You understand? I mean, we have a family Netflix going on, and now my wife is sitting over here and my kids over here, but each of us has a phone and each of us is watching a different TV show, but we're together at least watching Netflix. And we're watching different aspects of life, but at least we're together. I mean, you understand? And that's the new way. I'm pretty sure that's the newest way. Or we can sit together as a family and watch one screen, and then we can just do this together. Well, I'm pretty sure we can try that. But either way, what's important is we don't go to the cinema anymore. But let's say one experience. I mean, one experience, yeah. I mean, let's just go one experience, but don't keep going and don't keep being a regular at those stupid cinemas, because those stupid cinemas is $80 for your whole family. I mean, you understand? And it's $10. I mean, it's $20 a month to have a family on board with Netflix, and you get so much more value with Netflix a month. I mean, $20 a month. I mean, imagine how much films you can watch just watching the images in nice, beautiful Netflix. So understand to go and invest your time wisely, and understand that the petrol also to get to the movies and the parking, and realize it's a waste of time. I mean, I understand those movies are going to come out on Netflix. I understand that Pizza Hut, for example, in terms of Pizza Hut delivery, I understand they say, I say just the way, I like it, I understand, I say just. I understand, although they say just the way. I understand either way, that no matter what, that what's important is go and promote your name and go and promote something that you love to do. I understand when you love to do something that's very important every single day, you're going to go and promote your name and you're going to go and be warm. I mean, try to be as warm as you can while you're walking the streets, and try to understand have long pants on, and have also a jumper and a hoodie and a jacket and collar shirt, and also, I mean, just understand, wear a jumper and long pants in the rain all the time and in the clouds, and also at night time. I mean, I do that. And also I understand I wear a collar shirt underneath a jumper always. I also wear a singlet underneath my collar shirt and a shirt underneath my collar shirt. I understand either way I'm warm. I'm always warm like this. And I understand when I have a jumper and a collar shirt and a shirt and a singlet, apparently that means I have no need for a jacket. I mean, understand? But if you just have one shirt, I mean, then you just need a jacket then. I mean, you understand? So realize that no matter what you're doing, you must understand that I need to also grab myself a jacket because I want to brand myself in a jacket every single month, and I want to understand that no matter what, I have to keep changing clothing in terms of my nice beautiful branding photos, so I always have to find a new way. But I don't go branding photos and doing photo shoots in the rain. I don't do it in the rain. I understand that what's important is if I have to, I'll get a waterproof phone, like an iPhone or something like that, where it's waterproof and it doesn't matter how much it rains, or else I can do a photo shoot in the rain. I understand either way that what's important is understand the lighting, for example, that when it's nicely and beautifully cloudy, I understand that your image quality is not as good as when it's sunny, for example. So realize either way that it's much better when it's sunny to go and do the nice beautiful rain photos in terms of the branding photos than when it's raining. I understand either way, I just prefer to do my nice beautiful branding photo shoots in the sun. Because in the sun I can walk, I can do my public speaking performance in the sun. I can also understand I prefer the sun much more than the rain. But I understand I love the rain equally as the sun. I just prefer to do certain activities at a certain time. I understand I love to walk in the rain. I love to walk in the rain. I understand I just prefer some aspects of life more than others. I understand that I don't want to be in the snow for 8 hours a day at 100 years of age. I understand that because I'd rather be in the sun for 8 hours a day at 100 years of age than in the snow. I mean, I'd rather run naked in the sun than in the snow. I mean, what would you rather do? I mean, let's say for the next 12 hours, you have to run naked. I mean, let's just say, would you pick the sun or would you pick the snow? I mean, I pick the sun, wouldn't you? I understand either way, that if you have to choose between the volcano and to die in the volcano or to die in the tsunami, I understand I'd rather be swept away by the tsunami. I may be able to surf the tsunami as well. So either way, I may have a better chance over here to succeed in the tsunami. I mean, understand, but guess what? I seen in Japan recently. I understand that tsunami over there that happened. I understand it's very ugly. I understand either way that what's important is you can label anything as long as you label your eye only. I mean, you can express yourself as long as you want, but use the eye and understand that you're just eye and nothing else. I understand if you say that's ugly and you just remain there, or else that's because what? I mean, do you know the eye or do you know the ugly? Now, if you know the ugly, or else that's because you're ugly. I know eye only, so that's what I am only, and eye is not ugly. I understand either way that if you know ugly, you're ugly, or else if you know violence, or else if you know what violence is, you'll be violent. Because you know violence. I know eye only, so I'll just be eye. You understand? So realize what you know in life. I mean, what you know is your eye only. You must know thyself. You must know your eye, and that's it. I mean, to know thyself is to know eye. And just know your eye, and that's why you'll be the cleanest individual in the world. But I understand I never want to go wasting time with people around me, because I understand that it's just a pleasure-seeking activity, so I never go and do pleasure-seeking with other people anymore. I understand I don't want to meet up with other people online anymore. I don't want to do anything other than talk to people and just listen now, because I understand it's a better attitude than going around chasing women for sex and just to fuck them. I understand that's not the way to go, but I understand most people don't do that today. I used to do that because I understand that either way that people around me were teaching me that, and I was just looking at the crowd and what they were doing, so it's my fault, but I understand either way I was unaware of that. And I understand now I'm much better than yesterday. I understand now I don't want to be chasing women and girls, and I don't care how sexy they are, because they choose egotistical guys, and I want them to choose something better than that. And I understand either way that when I go and grow up every single day, I go and do my best job every single day, I go and find a better technique, and I give it on the spotlight, I give it inside a spotlight, I give it in the best way, and that's why I understand how to really live my life. I understand when I live my life to the fullest, I understand that's why I do much better. I understand I can do some extra. I understand when I do some extra, I go and really live my life. I understand either way that what's important is the feel of life. I understand when you're feeling your life and you're understanding that no matter what you're doing, that I'm always achieving that nice, beautiful commodity that I have, which is nice, beautiful videos that I do with information, because I understand today I've done 3 hours of information compared to the nice, beautiful 1 hour and 2 hours that I do before. So I've just leveled myself today in terms of my eye. I understand either way I'm communicating a different way every single day, and I'm doing something every single day to give you the knowledge that you need, because knowledge is what you need every single day, and it's a requirement of you to have more knowledge in your 9-to-5 job so that you can get promoted for yourself. I understand either way that if you want to do anything in life, I mean, go and check out all the websites and check out all the information, and go and really invest the time in yourself and stop wasting time, because I understand that anything that's a life coaching degree today, you must be teaching, you must be understanding that if you want to be fame and you want to be success, I mean, understand that no matter what, it's not about the EB games, and it's not about FIFA 21 and FIFA 22. I mean, big deal. I mean, I understand games, I let go of games 7 years ago. I mean, you understand? I mean, at age 20, I'm 28 now. I mean, either way, that what's much better is I'm only I, but understand that what's amazing about life is that for 8 years, I've not played a internet game in terms of 8 years in terms of I understand for 8 years, I stay away from the games. In terms of video games, I understand that's all a waste of time. I used to play Counter-Strike and Dota 1 and Dota 2. I used to play HON, I used to play Counter-Strike, I used to play World of Warcraft and all these. I used to play RuneScape and Age of Empires. I understand it's all bullshit. I used to play community games, I used to play computer games. I used to play racehorsing games. I was a meat eater, so I used to love horses because my biological dad would always take me to the horse races, and I used to gamble with him on the horses. I understand either way, I used to gamble with him on the nice, beautiful dogs as well, and we used to put $50 each way and all this. I understand that it's not the way to go. I understand either way that I removed gambling from my life. I don't go blackjack anymore. I don't go play roulette. I don't play the pokers. I only ever placed $10 in the pokers machines in my life in terms of my life. I only ever placed $10 in those machines before, and that's that. Otherwise, those pokers machines, I don't play them ever. I understand it's a waste of time. I understand one of my ex-bosses who I used to work for, because I was so stupid, I understand that now because I'm very smart, I can go and create my own business, and I don't have to work for other people because I have a business. I have something to do. Because when you don't have a business, you get given something to do. Whereas when you don't have a business, somebody else will give you something to do when you have no business. So realize to have a business and give other people something to do. I mean, do you understand? So realize it's that way. I'd rather you have your own business so that you give other people what to do than them telling you what to do. I mean, you understand? Or else make them work for you. But make sure you understand that all these people who are under 20 years of age now are very stupid people. I promise you they're very stupid, and most of them are very stupid, and they have no lives. I promise you that what's the deal here is understand that anybody who's under 25 is very stupid. I mean that's it. I mean, they're very stupid because they're still aging and they're trying to develop. But understand that you must understand that I want you to grow. I understand that when I say that, I understand it's really, I understand how I was at 25, at 20, and 18. I understand it's a stupid age. You understand? But why is it stupid? I promise you now, I understand it's not so stupid when you're learning and growing from it, but I understand I was not growing. I was not growing in the way that I need to today. I understand either way that it's something that you have to understand, it's just an immature capability, and you have to understand that most people who are under 25 today, whether it's man or woman, I promise you they're very, let's say, unintelligent. I mean, understand? So when you reach over 25, you understand either way that you must be growing. But some people are 80 years of age and they're stupid. I mean, they're very stupid people. I mean, understand? And they're 80 years of age. And they're whatever age it is, they're very stupid because they're not famous and they're not, let's say, doing something incredible. I understand, although, that each of them can teach you something. I mean, each person can teach you something, but they're not something big. I mean, they're not something like Jesus' legacy. I mean, they're not something famous. I mean, that's what I mean. Although understand that what's important is understand I love everybody in my life. I love my ancestors. I love everything I have. I understand I am grateful for that. But I understand that I want everybody to do better. So understand either way that when I'm honest about everything I say. Understand that anybody who's 25 now has to get a grip on themselves and has to stop clubbing for the next 5 years. From 25 to 30, I don't want you to nightclub, and I don't even want you to nightclub and go nightclubbing now. I don't want you to go nightclubbing because it's a waste of time. So if you're going nightclubbing, you're wasting time with your friends because they're not your friends. Or else now they're not your friends because they're just wasting time with you. Or else friends grow you. So be around people who grow you. So make sure that you're growing yourself, and that way you understand that I never go nightclubs because I grow myself. I'd rather go grow myself and do these videos than go and chasing women. I mean, you understand? So either way, I understand that it's more about legacy than a fuck. I'd rather have a legacy than have one fuck from a woman. I mean, you understand? I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, she's not worth it. Unfortunately, then she gets hurt about it and all this. But if she accepts you, I realize if she accepts that you're having sex with her and she understands you and she wants to, I mean, you have to understand that if you're happy with not having a legacy, I mean, go for it. I mean, go for it then. I'm pretty sure if you don't want to have a legacy for yourself and you don't want to follow Jesus Christ, you must understand that either way, that what's important is understand to never let yourself off the hook, but understand it's much better to delay gratification. Understand that it's not the end of the world, but guess what? I realize it can be. I realize now, you must understand to go and really teach people to never do it. I mean, never go having sex with other people because it's not something that you need. It's not something that you need with other people unless you're having a kid. I realize if you're having a kid, I realize it's also something it's also something that you don't need. You have to understand that anything that's not needed in life, you must understand that it's really, you go and need something more. I'm pretty sure every single day you go and need something more than everything you have. You understand Jesus Christ doesn't need to have sex with other people and doesn't need kids. I'm pretty sure why? Because Jesus says, I don't need it. I don't need anything in this world. I am not from this world, Jesus says. I'm not from this world. I mean, why do you need kids in this world? I mean, why? I mean, what for? I mean, do you understand? I mean, if you don't want kids in this world, you don't need kids in this world. You just need you. You understand? So Jesus has himself, and that's that. I mean, you understand that if you're somebody who has grew past 45 years of age or something like that, and you don't have kids, and you cannot have kids anymore, or else don't believe that's in, or else make sure that you don't believe that it's in, or else make sure that you don't believe that it's the end of the world or something like that, because you don't have kids. Or else now look at Jesus, that Jesus is somebody who doesn't have kids. So be much more privileging that you have a path to walk Jesus Christ like nobody else. Or else now, if I have kids and you don't, and you walk Jesus' path, or else that you're walking a different path to me, but you're walking more of a Jesus path in that aspect of life. I mean, do you understand? You're actually walking Jesus' path more than me, because I have kids, at least. But guess what? Jesus doesn't have kids. I mean, you understand? So either way, I mean, what's better? I mean, either way, understand that what's important is understand that God said, go and multiply. But you don't have to. You don't have to, because did Jesus multiply? Either way, you must understand that Jesus multiplies in the information. But physically, no. I mean, you don't have to have kids with other people. You don't have to if that's not your choice. I mean, be happier that you have a life. And that you have eternity at least. And that you have yourself, because your kids are not your kids either. They're God's kids. Everything is yours. But understand either way that Jesus is yours and God is yours. Everybody's kids is your kids. So take care of everybody. I mean, in a sense, to realize every single day you go and do something that's very credible for yourself. You go and find the best idea. You go and grow yourself. You grow finances. You grow your aspect of life where you understand no matter what that you can finish up. I understand no matter what I've reached a limit, but I have no limit. I understand either way that I understand no matter what that I'll go and grow something else now. I understand that it's more enough. I understand 3 hours today and something. I understand either way that you guys must realize something, that this video may be 1 hour and 23 minutes, but my previous videos that I upload is equaling right now to about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So either way, you must understand I've been doing this for 3 hours and 15 minutes because I'm passionate. I have a knowledge for it. I have something to give every single day, but it's an incredible work. And if you're passionate about knowledge like I am, you also do the same. I'll see you guys in the next video, and make sure that you understand I love you.